Hello, this is Imran Shibishi and he is Imran Mukhtar, and this is SBC Goals for Your World Cup show continues. We're in the middle of World Cup Day 3. There's one game remaining today, but we got to talk about the two games that happened in Group C. Saudi Arabia pulled off a massive upset and beat Argentina, one of the favorites, 2-1.
Yeah.
And Mexico and Poland finished 0-0. Just starting off with Saudi Argentina, huge upset for Saudi. They declared a national holiday for tomorrow. It was just one of the biggest upsets in World Cup history. In regards to that game, for me, look, Argentina were very disappointing, but Saudi played a lot better football than what I thought. When you compare to what they played last World Cup, this was much better, much more fluid. And the thing is, you could see what they were trying to do with their, in my opinion, the first half, ridiculously high line that almost got them count out. But they were so in sync that they got 3 goals considered offsides. And my thing is, when they had the offside trap, the high line, the fact that they didn't put pressure on the ball, I thought that's what it would get them done. But they continued to stay with it, and they were able to perform. And it was, for me, I think that with Argentina, the first half was a lack of intensity to me. Lack of intensity. They tried to get over the top with the high line, but there was no trying to play through that line. And for some reason, they kept trying those runs, even though they know the line was. They should have started from deep, made deeper runs into behind the back line to get in there. But what an upset!
Yeah, I think this result makes it's Group B, right? Group C.
Group C.
Yeah, Group C like the best group now, because Saudi, who are probably like the least favorites, they get a win, and now against Mexico, Poland, they get a draw. It's gonna be crazy.
And I'll also say, in the second half, Argentina looked so one-dimensional. It was all like that second half, the last 25 minutes, it was literally get the ball at Di Maria's side and hope for something to happen. And yes, there was one weakness in that Saudi's defense. It was Yasser Al-Shanawi, their left back. But that was their only way. They went to Di Maria way too many times. There was no balance in how they tried to attack Saudi Arabia. And once Saudi bunkered down, there was no creativity. I was disappointed. Papo Gomez, he was one of the most creative players. I didn't really see much of him, especially in that later stages of the game until he got subbed off. So disappointed in Argentina. Disappointed.
To me, you gotta talk about Saudi's first 10 minutes in the second half. That was brilliant. They just completely had Argentina on their side.
Even in the first half, once they got that goal, Argentina, which in my opinion was never a penalty, once they got that goal, it looked like if anything was going to happen that next 15, 20 minutes, it was from Saudi. Saudi was the one that was controlling the midfield. But once they got to the final third, they didn't really lack that cutting edge. That was the problem in that first half. But second half is when, that first 10 minutes, it was a bloodbath. It looked like they could have had 3. They were attacking. Saud, the right back on the right side, he was getting up and down the field. And also, another thing I want to point out with Saudi, those defenders, they won their individual battles. Even with that high line, they defended so well. All their individual battles they won. They didn't concede any goal besides the penalty.
Yeah.
And I don't even know the center backs' names, but every individual battle that they had to play one-on-one, they won. They won their battles.
I think it's about for Argentina. You mentioned it earlier. I think they saw Saudi okay, this is the easiest team in the group. We're gonna handle them. First game in the World Cup, we're the favorites. And that was totally opposite. Saudi were in to win it, and they got the job done at the end of the day. So.
And then, real quickly, before we talk about this group as a whole entering match day 2, Mexico 0-0 Poland. We just watched the game. I'll just say this: Guillermo Ochoa in the World Cup is special for Mexico, and he's just made a save that saved them in this World Cup. Because without that save, especially with that Saudi result, they're probably going home. So it's a huge save for them. A point. It's like a point. Poland definitely would take that point. But you could just tell watching this game that Mexico was much more technically gifted than Poland. But Poland, they feel hard done because they had the chance to win the game. That Lewandowski penalty.
I think Mexico are the better team, obviously, but I think the best chances, if I'm being honest.
They did.
In the second half, at the end of the game,
the penalty was the best chance.
Yeah, the penalty, obviously, yes. And I just think you have to take those chances as a team who's trying to defend and just make sure
that set piece at the end.
Yeah. You just gotta find a way to get the win, because now a draw and you're going to Saudi, which I'm not sure you're gonna beat. It's hard, man.
Poland plays Saudi next.
Yeah, I'm talking about Poland.
Okay. Well, I mean, regarding that result, what you think Saudi are not favorites?
If I'm being honest, I think it's Mexico.
Mexico and Argentina?
Yeah, Mexico. I think Mexico just gotta not have too big of a goal difference against Argentina if they lose that game.
For me, I predicted.
And I think they can beat Saudi. They can beat Saudi by a couple goals.
For me, I predicted Argentina and Saudi before, and I'm gonna stick with that prediction. Argentina and Saudi. Now that might get flip-flopped because I did not predict Saudi beating Argentina. I did not see that coming. I know Saudi was an underrated team. I saw them leading up to World Cup leading up to the tournament, getting 2 months of preparation. And Hervé Renard, what a coach! Won the African Cup of Nations with Zambia, took Morocco to the World Cup for the first time in how many years? Hervé Renard is a very, 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 very good coach, and I think he'll get the Saudi team into the knockout stage. Whether or not they'll win the group, I don't know, because I don't know. But Argentina, Mexico, huge game for Argentina. Huge game for Argentina. Huge game for Mexico too, but huge game for Argentina. They have to win that game, and they got to start early to get that momentum, to get the crowd behind them.
Yeah.
Because that was a heartbreaking loss for them.
Yeah,
So you say Argentina, Mexico?
I think I'm leaning that way.
Although
it could go either way.
I'm gonna stick with my prediction: Argentina, Saudi Arabia. But since Saudi Arabia beat Argentina, I could see them winning the group too.